All right, we begin today's session with Commander Arif currently taking a mandatory vacation as the station is erupting a bit of an investigation with Lieutenant Commander Vogel's sudden disappearance from Deep Space 17. Lieutenant Quinix has been tasked to find Lieutenant Commander Vogel or Admiral Keller, who is currently assumed command of Deep Space 17. While Dr. Mountain continues his duties in his position on the station, he has yet to receive a word from his friend. And elsewhere in the galaxy, Commander Vogel finds herself in a bit of a pickle as she waits for her friends or an opportunity. And with that, we will start the session off with Garibaldi and Dr. Mountain and his security team trying to find evidence as to exactly what happened to Lieutenant Commander Sarah Vogel.
Lieutenant, can you tell me how long it's been since Volga's been disappeared? Do you know?
I don't know, Jim. Do I know that? She's been missing since this morning, Doctor.
Understood.
At this point, you know everything that I know.
Well, let's see if we can find out more. I'll scan for samples to see if anybody else was here when she left or if she was alone. Your investigation, but I'm at your disposal. I want to find her as much as you do.
Now, proceed, Doctor. That's what I was going to suggest. See if you can was going to suggest if you can locate any DNA samples that don't belong to Commander Vogel. And
Acknowledged.
While the doctor's doing that, Garibaldi is going to look for other signs of disturbance. Look for signs of struggle. See if she packed a bag. just eliminate the possibility that she just quit and went home.
All right. Well, first we'll start with the DNA scan. So you're specifically looking for DNA, Doctor?
Yeah.
Give me reason. Actually, I'll make this control medicine. Difficulty 2 is you're trying to collect DNA samples.
Understood. All right. We'll start in danger mode, and I'll take a die. What is the difficulty again, you say?
Difficulty 2.
Can I get a genetics as a focus?
Yes.
Sweet. So, yeah, I spend a threat for a die to roll 3.
Gain a momentum.
These are not the droid you're looking for. Anyway.
Garibaldi, give me insight security difficulty of 2.
Okay. That's a momentum gain, yeah?
Yes, currently 1 momentum gain, and I'm going to type the results to the doctor real quick.
All right, I'm going to give you a threat to activate Bulb. And I'm going to roll the dice on this and go ahead and use my join talent, calling on a past host that used to be a security officer, so I can have the investigation focus, which I'm assuming applies here.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Would investigation?
Yes, investigation. Yes.
All right, I'm using my join talent to pick that up.
Okay. Keep in mind, it's only for the scene.
That was the whole mission.
No, it's just for the scene.
Oh, well. I already did. So I got it on the reroll.
I'm not coming up with anything, Quinix. Just Sarah.
It's interesting.
Are these can I at least know how recent they were, or was there just so many? There's a time frame associated with like decay of genetic sample kind of thing. Yeah, it's definitely hers, and it's about 8 hours old at the latest.
Well, it gives us a time frame to start looking for a doctor. Good work.
Certainly. Did you come up with anything in there?
Nothing. I can't find anything missing or any signs of a struggle. Now where she left. She left peace. She left without objecting to it.
Or it
Unless
could
she,
have been sudden. We don't know. It could have been sudden.
or
Like,
she, or she was sedated and taken in her sleep.
possibly. But there's no other person being here, so, well, at least with DNA structure as we know it. But it could have been a transport, perhaps.
Yeah. Just because there's no DNA evidence doesn't mean someone wasn't in here.
We can't rule out any possibility just yet. That's for sure.
Just to be honest with you, doctor, I could get in and out of these quarters without leaving DNA traces. If I can do it, or our opponent can do it.
Understood. Any thoughts?
Well, let's at least follow up on your thought of your thought that there might have been a transporter. It's been a long time. Traces may have dissipated already, but we should check.
Possibly.
Can we check to see GM for trace of transporter beam?
I see no evidence of disruptor dispersion.
Control
What?
science or engineering difficulty 1.
All right, control engineering. What's doesn't matter either way. It's for me.
Mine control engineering is a 15.
Oh, have at it then.
Difficulty 1. Can I use like imaging systems as a focus? Try to piece this all together.
I'll give it to you to increase complication.
Okay. And I guess I'll take that momentum for the extra die.
Gang 4.
There's you go.
Well done.
Nope, I don't see anything. No transport activity in this room. Or in this quarters anyway. But it could have decayed, as like you mentioned. Would the sensor log have any information, perhaps? Maybe if they're trying to hide something, maybe there's a glitch in the memory or something.
It's possible.
But still, have we scanned this whole station and ships for her comm badge or biological signature. And I don't want to mention it, but have we checked nearby space around the station?
Our comm badge is here in the state. And everybody would just kind of point to the dresser. Our comm badge is there. No signs of her on the station or local space. And one of the first things we check, Doctor. But
well, that's disappointing, but I hope we could find something to figure this out. Is there anyone you think should have eyes on this? Their expertise might be handy. Do we have an investigator or a forensic type person? Or even an espionage type person? Maybe that's just you.
that would be me, Doc.
Well, good thing you're on it.
There
I'm
we
at
go.
your disposal.
This was cleanly done. Doctor, get back up to ops. Have them compile a list of all vessels that have left the station in the last 8 hours.
Understood. Yes, I'll
See
see
if
to
you
it.
see if you can find anything out of place in those logs.
Understood.
For 2 momentum, I will have that happen in the background.
Okay.
I wonder, thinking of it's not transported, but what if she's had tachyon things happen to her, so perhaps a subspace anomaly could have shifted her dimension or time or something? I don't know. I haven't explored that deeply.
Honestly, I think that's unlikely, Doctor, but I've been wrong before.
If only we had our expert here to tell us.
If nothing else, we can eliminate that possibility. In the meantime, let's see what else we can find in here. Jim Garibaldi is going to attempt to access Vogel's personal clocks to look for any hints in her personal laws over the last 3 days that might shed something.
That would be an interesting read, actually.
Garibaldi,
I'm not going to, but
yeah, I was like, Garibaldi is not going to tell the doctor what he's doing.
oh well,
The
I'm
doctor
just wondering what she says about Arif is all,
The doctor tends to object when Garibaldi does shady things, so
Not always. You just gotta warn me next time.
We'll just go with Insight Con. Difficulty 2, that's just to get the access and go through the logs.
if it's just getting access, would I argue for security over con?
Sure.
I remember, anytime you let me use security, it's more threat for you. What did you say the difficulty was there?
Difficulty 2, it's essentially an advantage creation to get access to the logs.
We'll give you a threat to activate bold. Will you take research or investigation as a focus?
You will take investigation as a focus.
Nice.
Gain a momentum.
Once he has access, he's going to start looking for little hints in, well, uh, unless there's a flashing neon sign, um, hints for anything out of it seems out of the ordinary, or she mentions concerns, or uh, just anything that jumps out at Garibaldi, either as a security spy type guy, or as a psychologist.
The question is, do you play the recording out loud, or do you have it read, or do you read it?
Garibaldi reads it.
Okay. Darn, I don't get to have Vogel talk.
Come on.
All right.
We're friends here.
Well, I mean, Garibaldi's persuaded. He's looking through Vogel's personal log, so
I know.
reading somebody's diary.
Um, most of the stuff is maintained. You try to avoid reading the stuff about you. You do go through one that it's rather personal, but it is about a dream she had the previous night. And in the dream, she overlooked something that it seemed familiar, yet she didn't, never seen it before, of an ocean planet on a somewhat familiar ship, but not Federation, in a battle with robotic soldiers, along with being then suddenly awaking after being essentially skewered in the abdomen from the back. And which all felt too real to her.
All felt what?
All too real.
Well, then I'm gonna search back, go further back in her personal logs, but I'm gonna look for. He's gonna do a keyword search through her personal logs and her service record. Not service, but her personal logs and her duty logs, as far to search the whole, like, all the way back through her career. Looking at keywords like ocean, planet, uh, you know, robotic or cybernetic soldier. Use those sort of things as search terms.
Nothing stands out in the immediate of her logs in terms for being on DS-17. There was stuff that goes all the way back several years to dealing with the Archon and the robotic menace that happened there.
Dealing with what?
Not to get into, well, to go into some details, I would imagine Vogel talked about a log of going down on a away mission to essentially fight a evil AI that was bent on destroying the Federation. And leaving, or narrowly escaping the destruction of the planet that they infiltrated. But there is no reference of an ocean world or anything like that.
But the log said that planet was destroyed.
Yes.
That sounds like if those are the things that Garibaldi has found. I can't think of other keywords that he wants to go poking through all of our logs for. So Garibaldi's going to reset the security protocols on their logs. Did that log provide the location of the destroyed planet?
No, it did not.
I assume it had a star date and the name of the ship that she was stationed on at the time.
The USS Tereskova. I gotta go back really far back for that. Stardate 54264.2.
4 point what? Thank you. Well, not finding anything else in her quarters. I think we're gonna head back up to Ops. Just so we're not hanging out Vogel's quarters.
Yeah.
I have security.
Seems-
Have security seal her quarters.
Yeah, let's not disturb it any more than we already have. Let's head to Ops then.
As you walk out, you get and the security seals the door. You see them kind of puzzled as they're trying to lock it.
Problem, Edson?
The security system won't engage.
Well, that's peculiar.
Under whose authority?
Garibaldi's going to begin having a look at the security system on the door. See if it's been tampered with.
You guys be giving me some threat. I'm gonna spin it back at you. Insight security difficulty 3, complication range 2.
Okay, security systems is a focus.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to give you a threat and 2 momentum for 2 extra die. Reroll one of those.
Reroll 4 of those?
All I can do that is by spending a value.
Yep.
Dang it. This seems like important. I'm going to spend my determination to the mission directive, Prax.
Um.
I'm going to assume that
Yes.
applies.
That will apply.
So I'm going to reroll 3. There we go.
Gain 2.
That's unusual. Security panel. Someone picked the lock, bypassed the access codes, and then erased them.
Really? Well, got something here. What else can you figure out?
I spend Jim. I spend momentum towards information. Let's see if everybody can figure out how that was done.
Yeah, you can spend the momentum.
Well, Doc.
Yep.
It was done. An interesting little piece of electronic lock picker, but most popular makes of those are probably by no surprise to you, made by the Orions.
Okay. Do you think this has something to do with the boy?
I don't think so. If it had something to do with the boy, they'd have come after me.
Well, she was involved in it. But, like I said, let's keep the possibility open. So when Orion did this?
No. That's the device, but the Orions sell those devices on the black market.
So it could be anybody, but
If I go through my junk drawer back in my quarters, I probably have one or two myself.
like contraband?
Not in my career field.
Right. Equipment necessary for work.
All right, let's go back up to ops. Secure.
Sorry. Maybe they had something to. They have some information about the Orion vessels that may have been here or personnel.
Now, possibly we need to go through those logs, the ship transit logs. That
Pretty sure Burke's on it.
Ops should have those by the time we get up there. You're about to turn to the security officer. Ensign, you'll need to reload the security codes on this door panel. If the intruder was particularly sloppy, we may have to replace the mechanism. But I'll leave that up to you. I'll leave that up to you and your crew.
Aye, sir. I'll get a magnetic seal lock until engineering can replace the panel.
We'll probably need to remember to let Commander Vogel know we changed our access codes.
Somebody did.
Well, somebody erased them. We're just about to replace them.
I mean, the picker
I hate to have to get
the picker technically works more like a brute force item. So it's just like, oh, we're not going to try and like figure out what your access code is. We're just going to get access a different way by screwing with the actual panel itself, opening it.
It's probably actually easier that way. All right, we're headed up to ops to grab that shipping report. And Garibaldi wants to cross-reference the records of the Terrascova, get the location of that planet, just in case that's related.
And start searching for ocean worlds, you said?
Right. Well, my thought is if we can identify Garibaldi, the doctor hasn't told the doctor any of that.
You mumbled something about an ocean. I don't know.
There's something in Vogel's logs possibly related to an old mission on one of our old ships. The planet in particular no longer exists, but maybe we can identify an ocean planet nearby.
Why would that necessarily relate to her previous assignment?
To be honest with you, Doctor, I'm stretching quite a bit here, and because I'm stretching on this,
You won't rule it out. How about that?
And where I got the information is not personal to Lieutenant Commander Vogel.
Understood. Shall we?
Right. What about the as we're walking, Garibaldi's going to calm the security chief and ask him if the security sensors around Vogel's quarters have picked up anyone. I should just get a record of log of all the foot traffic around Vogel's quarters between 6 and 10 hours ago.
I'm assuming you're going to like a security office for that, or are you going to your quarters?
Yeah, I figure I'll delegate that to security chief and give Jacob something to do.
All right. What are you doing? You're not there.
I saw a ghost.
It's the ghost of Vogel. She's come to hunt all of you.
There she is. She's alive.
Always on duty.
It was all a game.
What a fool does. It was her own Orion device.
All right. Arif, what supporting character are you going to use for this? You've been tasked to go through the foot traffic around Vogel's quarters.
I will use so you know what? I'll use the operations engineering officer, Richard Geisers. Who I think actually is human, he is human despite his picture.
Well, to go through like the foot traffic, it's going to be a security role.
Oh, I apologize. I thought I was on ops. In which case,
How about Cal Thoran? Garibaldi has a history with him.
That's not the one that shot me in the back.
It is the one.
That was in an alternate timeline.
yes, let me do that one. Let me do that one, please. Is that one still around?
He's still around, but that was in an alternate timeline when for that incident. So
Oh, damn it. Still, I'll take him just in case I get the opportunity to do this again.
Well, Garibaldi would probably remember being shot in the back by him.
Garibaldi will remember it, but Cal won't.
Awesome.
This is going to be Insight Security difficulty 3.
I apologize. I missed the difficulty.
3 difficulty 3.
Oh, Okay. If I may ask, would security protocols apply?
No, they will not. I would take
I'm sorry
investigation or
that I don't have anything that would be remotely. Oh my God. Is it okay that I'm using him, Mountain? I just saw the parentheses.
I just took it off.
Oh, okay. Does anyone mind if I use the 2 momentum?
No? Go ahead. We prefer you make the roll.
how many dice are you rolling?
Say again?
How many dice are you rolling?
2 momentum, 1 threat for 4 total.
Okay.
Oh,
You succeed, but there's a complication.
there happens to be.
There's nothing we can do about it either.
Certainly not.
It will make it
I mean,
interesting.
considering my values, I'm pretty sure that, well, it is. Using my value would be the complication, so I can't do anything about it.
Be a good challenge. Have to be more meticulous. I heard something.
I'd say let it ride.
Oh, I'm gonna let it
Cool.
ride. Well, I'll be damned. He says, looking up.
What'd you find?
Well, it's tough to say, sir. Uh, I can see it looks like some sort of it looks like some sort of cabin, and well, it seems like an exterior shot. Um, there appears to be two men standing outside of it. However, the video cuts out at 2:31 hours, sir. And well, it almost looked like the men were exceedingly tall, but it cut off real quick. Sorry, that's about all the help I can be.
It's more information than we had a minute ago. And it gives us a time frame to work with. 0231. How long ago was that, GM? All right, Doctor. Focus your search on through the ship logs for the time period. Let's say 7 to 9 hours ago. Assume that they broke into Vogel's quarters at 0230. Probably within an hour or two, they would have attempted to leave the station.
All right.
And with that, we're going to cut to a new scene and check in with Vogel. All right, you with me?
Yep.
After what seems like days inside a ship cell with really bad food, and your would-be captors not really engaging in conversation with you, you find that you're suddenly transported. You find yourself standing in a cold, damp, grand hall that's lined with marble and stone, columns that seem to jet up 20 feet tall, a rather large stone throne, or well, chair, throne right up on a mantle in front of you. As you stand, you see a glowing ring around. It's roughly about 6 feet in diameter. And all around you, you can make out the figures of. Give me an insight. Let's go con difficulty 1 check. I recall some stuff.
I'll give you a threat. Try to get some momentum.
Gain 2. You kind of recognize these individuals from the dream you had.
But I don't remember them from anything beyond that.
You don't remember them from anywhere beyond that, other than the dream. There seems to be several, numbering maybe 20 or more. They all stand with spears in hand and swords at their side as they start pounding the ground. As a very tall individual, towering maybe up to 9 to 10 feet tall, walks in, a long flowing cape wearing some sort of crown and a almost like mechanical suit, shiftily walking very slowly, taking a seat at the throne. I am King Kruza of the Rogenia Kingdom. How do you plead?
I'm sorry, you have me at a disadvantage. I don't know why I'm here.
Surely you jest. You're here charged with can't talk. War crimes against the kingdom and the theft of the jewel of Rogna. And he kind of waves his hand, and a holographic screen appears showing the incident that you clearly remember in your dream. Something that, camera view. Do you deny that is not you?
Do you say that I remember from my dream?
Yes, it plays back exactly, except in like a third-person view. Shows you several other individuals that look somewhat familiar, but not. Battling out, and you can clearly see they're using certain types of powers that you are familiar with. As many of these individuals, the guards in the room, are being thrown across the hall as what looks like you walks up to the chest, lifts the chest open, and lifts a large blue jewel or crystal, like suddenly getting skewered in the back by a sword as one of the guards lunges forward to stab you. Instantly, they're thrown in against one of the columns as they go down, and the sword is pulled out as the wounds are healed instantly. As all the individuals, once this jewel has been grabbed, disappear in sort of a transporter haze. Do you not deny that is you?
That is not me.
Explain yourself.
I have no memories of these events. And if I was stabbed by a sword, surely I would have some mark.
Clearly, your wounds healed before our eyes.
I do not have these abilities that are on display. I feel that this is a case of mistaken identity, more likely from my twin.
Twin? Preposterous. Then state your case, or be condemned in this court to death.
It is my case to this court that you have taken the wrong individual. I have no knowledge of these events, nor do I possess any of the powers displayed. I fear that this is my twin that is guilty of this theft.
And where is your twin now? Surely you must know.
I lost contact with her over a year ago. I think that's the correct time. Correct me if I'm wrong, GM.
Like closer to 2.
I lost contact with her nearly 2 years ago.
Then explain why your psionic frequency matches the one that we detected. If you indeed not the individual in question, but your twin, you so claimed, has committed this crime.
She was originally from a race known as the Zozek. A race of crystalline beings. She performed something called the mending with me, thus using my DNA to create her form. However, the Zozek's enemies, a race they only call the Dark Ones, corrupted her. It was at that time I lost all contact with her. And when that happened, I lost all of my psionic abilities.
Then explain why your twin would commit such atrocities against my people and the theft of our most holy jewel.
I cannot explain that. I do not have the slightest idea what she could possibly be after.
Give me presence command difficulty of 3.
Take a threat and the 2 momentum. Persuasion for a focus?
Most certainly yes.
Ooh, what would you say the difficulty was?
3.
Ugh. Ooh, this is a failed roll. I got
Yes.
something for that.
The queen necklace.
Yep. I'll reroll one. Huzzah.
Skin of your chin. If you claim is what is true, then you wouldn't mind if we conducted tests.
To prove my innocence, you may proceed.
Very well. And we're going to cut back to the station because that was rather quick. Meanwhile, in ops, I'm assuming did Garibaldi and Dr. Mountain head to ops?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Do my sources have any information?
What sources?
I sent you something on Discord.
Oh, yeah.
I had to act because that town only works at the beginning of a scene. So weird restriction on that particular talent. Ugh.
Um, Number 2 is no. As for number 1, there's a certain individual that remains to be nameless for the purchase of such items. That they are not willing to cross for that one. So yeah, what are you doing?
I was gonna check. Garibaldi asked me to check about ships or people that were around the area, or is that what Cal did? Forgot.
He looked at at Vogel's outside Vogel's quarters.
Right. Lieutenant, see if you can find any of the visuals just before the security cameras went out, and see if you can find or locate anybody currently on the ship or on the station, or had disembarked onto the station.
I'll give it a shot, sir, but it's a lot to sift through. I could use a little bit of help.
Understood.
And the lieutenant shall, actually, before he lowers his head, he's gonna turn to the doctor and say, "And doctor, I just would like to say once more, thank you again for allowing me the chance to assist with this. I think that it's a long time coming, and I'm eager to prove my worth."
Of course. Garibaldi has a good team assembled. Or the
And as
security
long
office has that. Keep forgetting. Yeah,
Of
great,
course.
Cal. Garibaldi, can you think of anything that would be pertinent? Can we see where they were? Do we have coverage of the whole station? Or not my forte, so
Or you can attempt to backtrack them to the security scans
yeah, we
from
could try
point
that.
to the point where the sensors went out and track them back to see where their origin point on the station was.
Could be something.
Well, why don't pointing towards the console, I guess the lieutenant will say, Could you perhaps give me a hand working on that while I try to blanket the entire system as per the doctor's request?
I'm sure you can figure it out. It's not my focus.
This is going to be a reason plus security, difficulty 3, complication range 2.
Okay. Okay. We have no momentum, and
We have no momentum.
I apologize. You said reason engineering.
Security.
Reason security, difficulty 3, complication range 2.
Could you please take one threat?
You have security protocols.
You are correct. Can I
Uh,
use security protocols?
No, this is more like research or investigation
That is
techniques.
fair. Well, he's gonna say, "Well, here goes nothing." Boy, I really hope one of the two of you is ready to back me up. I could use that backup.
I don't have any security to speak of.
Garibaldi sighs and steps over to try to help.
You can assist, but if the roll fails, the roll fails. No, there's no assist from the station on this one.
So yes for the assist, or
You can assist, but there's no assist from the station.
no assist from the computer.
Isn't it research?
Yeah, you take will you take research as a focus, Jim?
Increased complication.
Or investigation, you said?
The investigation.
Well, I don't have investigation anymore.
Oh, let's see.
All right, comp 3. Yay. And I actually have to have a. I mean, I might as well take it because I'm going to have a crit here. That's not what I needed.
Really?
As you go through the security logs and the video evidence, these individuals were pretty, or as tall and big as they are, were fairly shrewd and kind of covered their tracks as they wandered through the station. Occasionally, you get a glimpse here or a glimpse there, but you're having really a very difficult time tracing back what ship they came from.
It always looks like they're in two places at once or something.
I'm sorry.
That was fairly limited information, Doc. Do you think you could maybe identify a species on those guys?
You saw the security footage. Was there any recognizable species, Jim?
They look like giant humans.
Giant humans.
That's useful.
I mean, I can't change that information for you if you'd like. There were Vulcans with non-pointy ears and red blood. I don't know.
Just to follow his process of elimination, Garibaldi's gonna look through the archives for the Terrascova's records to see if we can identify that planet that was destroyed, or identify the location of that planet anyway. So, oh, mappy, what maps?
That was the location in question.
That looks far away. If that distance, Jim, is it possible for a ship, say traveling at warp 9, to actually get there in 9 hours? My guess is the answer to that question is no.
The answer is no.
All right. Last thing before I abandon this particular line of avenue of searching. What would be the rule to identify the any ocean-based worlds within, let's say, the sphere of travel of the ship traveling at warp 9 in the last 9 hours?
Give me reason consisted by the computers con difficulty 2.
I lost you right before you said the difficulty.
Diff 2.
Diff 2. Definitely don't have a focus for this. Oh, there's no momentum to spend. But I guess I'm going to give you a threat. Let's see. All right, and I thought I heard an assist from the ship, the station.
Computers con from the station.
Con. Nice. So 2 momentum gain?
Yes, 2 momentum gained.
All right. based on Federation records, what do we know about those 4 planets?
The problem with being in the frontier.
Yes. I was afraid that was going to be the answer. These things are related. We need more information. Doc, you got any ideas?
Eesh. I mean, they came from somewhere, right?
Right.
Didn't somebody disappear recently without a trace as well? I heard rumors. So, but you said Orion technology? I mean, you would know if there's any black marketeers on here. Is there anybody we could talk to find out? See if they passed something through here or someone?
All right, check with my contacts. There's no record of any off the books ships moving to or from the station in the last 12 hours.
Well, what about on the record ones? Is there a list of ships that left within the last 9 hours, including things going to the planet, perhaps?
Yeah, we asked that Bert put that list together for us already.
Anything come from that?
11 ships.
11 ships. Busy station.
How many of
Busy-
them non-Federation?
All of them.
What was the question?
How many non-Federation?
All of them. Any Orion crew? Or anyone with a record?
Well, Burke's like, if they had a record, they would not be allowed to dock and the vessel would be detained and security notified. And they would have not departed.
Hasn't happened yet, Doctor.
Can we make a list of the last known destination points for these 11 vessels? Maybe we could find out if they're going to any kind of planet that might be remarkable.
Well, there are 4 oceanic worlds within 15 light years, so we don't know very much about any of them.
Okay, but do we know if any ships are going in any of those directions? Or at least in the general direction, to narrow it down from 11.
Of the 11 ships, how many of them are frequent visitors to Deep Space 17?
Recent con difficulty of 2.
It's con rules.
Assisted by computers con.
I'm going to spend a momentum for a third die. I heard assisted by computers con. Was that right?
Yep. No.
Yes.
No, that was not. No.
Yes. Yes. 1 momentum gained.
I will spend the momentum gained and the last momentum to squash the top.
Okay.
Hopefully, this will be some useful information.
All of them but 3 vessels. Most of them are Vogel or cargo ships.
What do we know about the 3 that aren't usual customers of ours?
Not much, but they did not. They weren't flagged in the database, and their crews did not create a ruckus while they were here.
Perhaps we could check the security footage to see who disembarked from the 3 vessels. See if they match any of the individuals, the large men.
Seems like a reasonable idea.
Narrows it down some anyway. But
What is the rank of this?
it'd be a red salmon.
Insight security difficulty 3, assisted by the station's computers plus security.
Incal assist.
Insight security difficulty what?
3.
Did you say 3?
Yes, difficulty 3.
Sorry, you fade every once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the
It's the what?
I'm using AI to block out background noise, so that's why.
Your AI thinks you are background noise, apparently.
Apparently.
Burn.
Okay. Security systems is a focus?
No.
That sounded like a no.
That is a no.
I'll take a flyer at research.
No.
Okay. I'm going to give you a threat for an extra die. And 1, 2, 3. And station is sensor security or computer security?
Computers security.
Well, the station didn't give me a comp this time.
Sweet.
Well, it's sensor
But they
security.
gave me a momentum.
What's computers?
I thought you said sensors.
I said computers.
No. Is that going to turn that into a fail?
No, it's a 10.
No.
As long as it's 10. So, yeah, it's fine.
The computers is a 9, so 9 and 3 is 12. Room was a 10.
One vessel pops up as you gain your momentum. The vessel is flagged as the Zivna.
Okay, go ahead and just put that in the chat for me, please, sir.
I did. Zivna.
Indeed.
Yeah. Zivna. Yeah, probably Zivna. Yeah. It actually only stayed for roughly about 12 hours before departing in the middle of the night. Roughly around 0300.
0300. That looks mysterious.
Well, especially since those 2 men were at Vogel's door at 0230.
Yeah. Let's do we have a ship? We should talk to the Admiral.
We get any information at all on the Zivna class origin.
It is
VIN
unknown.
number?
Completely alien.
External camera?
Like, you have the profile of it, but it's
Click
flagged
it.
as unknown.
When it left the system, any chance the station sensors logged its course or trajectory when it left the system?
That will be an extended task.
Well, let's see if we can find that out.
I'll send a message to the Admiral by text and tell him the current hypothesis and information about that ship.
He orders you to have that vessel flagged as potentially hostile.
Burke, make sure you flag that vessel.
Done.
All right. For this extended task, this is going to be a reason plus con, assisted by the station's computers plus con, difficulty 3, work 12, resistance to magnitude 3, as you attempt to essentially use the data collected to plot the course of the Luna.
Oof. One of the problems with being a jack of all trades, never strong at really any one thing.
Well,
I know
Cal's the closest to having any con. They made one.
There are other supporting characters too.
How's Burke's status? She have a
No, I've got better stats than Call. Plus, Call doesn't have a determination to spend on this.
what would be the focus, do you think? Space stations don't usually need con officers, but
Shuttle pilots?
I'm looking for Burks.
Ensign Videric.
Good.
But he wouldn't have any focuses.
Yeah, I'm not looking for a supporting character to lead this role.
Too bad Holodeck Arif didn't have a better con. Then you could play Arif, but you'd be the Holodeck version of yourself.
Yeah.
Not technically your character. But
That would be very funny.
What is your reason, Condoc?
10, I think.
You have more than 1 point in con?
Nope.
So you can't assist. So it looks like Garibaldi's leading this thing with a 12.
Well, Cal could assist with, I don't know what you had. Jacob, what do they have?
I promise I used my determination earlier. I've never done anything like this, so I can't fall back on anything. Without determination. Well,
You're not a veteran, so that doesn't count.
well, all right.
Well, Lorf Dexon the Ferengi has a 4 con.
Okay, we're not bringing a civilian into the into ops to do these things.
Fair enough.
really focus this for this either. Yeah. It's going to be fun. We need Vogel.
If only Vogel were here.
It's
Gotta
like,
find me first.
Exactly. That's the chase.
all right. Well, it's in for a penny, in for a pound.
I have faith in you.
Use all the dice.
We're going to.
You could always ask Keller to come out and do it.
Does he have a con?
Oh, Admiral, little help.
Well, what the hell? Would you oh again, I'm gonna take a flyer on something, your GM. Searching, going through this kind of searching seems like something a diligent person would be advantaged at. Try to use my diligent trait to lower the difficulty.
I'm gonna have to probably. I suppose, but I'm gonna spend 2 threat to increase the complication range if I want. Because you're
You
trying
spent
to
2 threat to do what?
I'm increasing the complication range to 2.
Yeah. Research is a focus. Probably not, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
More like astro navigation.
Yeah. All right. Then I have done the things I can do. Got the difficulty to a 2. So I will give you my remaining momentum and 2 threat for 2 extra dice.
Momentum.
Then computers con for the station. Comp range 2. Damn it. All right, somebody else roll for the station next time. That's the second time I roll a comp for the station. Someone else's turn.
It's practice fault that it became one, but
Jacob, you want to roll for call? Since that's your subordinate character, I think he has a con of 2 who can help.
yeah, he said. Yeah.
Whoop.
Jacob, did you want to roll an assist from call?
Region con.
Absolutely.
Complication range is 2.
That's okay. That's where I live.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Look at that.
3 momentum
That's why-
gained. Are you squashing the comp?
Yes, I am.
So you're at 1. Roll.
I was like, but Garibaldi, you shouldn't. No, wait. Oh, click. There you go.
All right. Let's see. You have a con score
I have a
of 3, so roll 5 challenge dice for me, please.
Ooh,
That's 2 work. It's resistance 2.
Even if you got penetrate, you would still only get
it'll be
4.
short of a breakthrough. Yeah, that's I was saying the same thing.
But still, 4 is 4. Or momentum for a die. That's your call.
I think we're just going to roll again. I think we'll save the momentum because we should be, unless Prax is about to spend some threat, we should be difficulty 1 now. Yeah.
No, you're still at difficulty 2. You didn't get a breakthrough. It only goes down when you get a breakthrough.
Oh yeah. All right.
You're still at comp range 2. So
Then I'm going to spend the momentum and 2 threat for 2 extra die again. That did not work out as well. Someone else. Brett, why don't you roll for the station this time?
Complication.
All right. So what's the roll for the station?
It's comp with con. Or computer's con. Yeah, computer's con.
Computer's con. Oh dear. Complication range 2.
There you go. And our security guy. Our lucky security guy that got us.
Here we go. All out of that juice, sorry.
Gained the momentum. 5 challenge dice.
Nice. Ah.
That's 3 work.
Now I'll spend the momentum for piercing.
Okay. So that gets you the
That should get me a
breakthrough.
breakthrough.
Yes.
That's diff 1, yeah.
Yes, with your diligent trait.
The comp range still 2.
Yes. I am spending 2 threat though. And as you are, all of you are tediously trying to work on come with the flight, or well, the possible flight path of this vessel. You get some mixed data that you have to recheck and double check again, and I am taking 4 off of your work track.
Okay.
That was rude.
Threat for a 3rd die. Oh,
Apparently, the double check is there's no
right,
assist.
Can't get an assist.
You're right, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, Garibaldi, you just like banging your head, like this is harder than it seems. How does Vogel do this?
We're never letting her leave the station again. Guess I roll again and give you another threat for a 3rd die and hope I don't roll that badly again.
Someone is planning to put a tracker in Vogel when they rescue her.
Eventually.
Now you can roll the assist.
Leave the station and Arif. 2, 3, 4.
I'll go station.
And a complication.
The station countermands the complication.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Gain 3.
So that's,
there's a comp.
yeah, almost spend 2 to squash. This is hard enough as it is.
5 dice. Or 5 challenge dice, please. It's 1 work.
1 work. Yeah. Not worth spending my little momentum. So I'll take my 1 work and continue the task.
Oh, honey. Sorry, Vogel.
We may never find you.
Meanwhile, weeks later.
Give me another threat for a 3rd die. Oh my god. 2. Oh my god.
Love it.
All right, that's the wrong number, but it's a 19.
Dear God.
No, that's right. It's comp 2 still. So you succeed getting the momentum, but there are 3 complications on the table.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing bad could possibly happen with this.
And oh, I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna let all 3 comps ride because I need those momentum. With only 5 challenge dice, I need those momentum to reach for a breakthrough. So I'm gonna let all 3 comps ride. Let's see what happens.
Warp core breach imminent.
No, it has to pertain to the task at hand. So,
I know.
All the computers failed.
yeah, I'm just wondering because this is a pretty much catastrophic failure. With the 3 cops. Go ahead and roll 5 challenge dice for me. See what you get. Currently, that is 3 work.
All right, so momentum for piercing to get a breakthrough. And then the GM drops the hammer on us.
Yes, and the GM drops the hammer on this. Unfortunately, the computer is no longer able to calculate past a certain distance. As the probability of the course of the Xena is too great for it to accurately predict. But for as far as you got, it's somewhere in this sector.
Are there any oceanic any of those 4 oceanic worlds in that sector?
No.
Bollocks.
Hey, what's a 20 light year grid anyway, right?
Keep in mind there's potentially
Are there any ships in that vicinity?
that's too far out for really the station sensors to detect.
Or at least to communicate with?
Currently there's no Federation ships out there.
Okay.
What do we know about the worlds in that sector?
Absolutely nothing.
Boy.
There was alien vessel. Maybe somebody encountered them? Anybody been that direction recently?
The lieutenant just kind of looks at you slightly dumbfounded.
I know. And we have a trail, but we need to get out there to follow it. Maybe there's some, I don't know, something with their engines could leave a trace or something.
Yeah, Gearball is going to go see the Admiral. Shine the Admiral's door.
I'm gonna go check in with Medbay. Keep me updated, would you?
Yeah, Doc. I'm about to ask the Admiral for permission to borrow the Sentry, so don't get comfortable.
I'm just checking in, like I said.
Enter.
Admiral Kettler. We identified a vessel we think is responsible for the disappearance of Commander Vogel, an unknown class of vessel called the Zivna. We tracked it to the Prague sector. Is that really what that sector was called, Jim?
Frog Major.
To the Frog Nebula? Frog Major system. Lost track of it by then. In that sector, Admiral. Request permission to take the Sentry and go have a look.
That's a pretty big area of space to find one ship, Lieutenant. Do you have any other leads to go on?
Only that the aliens that kidnapped Lieutenant Commander Vogel are very tall.
Tall.
9 feet tall. Give or take. We don't have any information on that sector. Certainly, before I leave,
You have 3 days. After that, I will have to count Lieutenant Commander Vogel as MIA until more information is able to get gathered.
Understood. I suggest I get going then.
Good hunting, Lieutenant.
Thank you, sir. Right. Garibaldi will notify the crew of the Sentry to get prepared to leave. And then he's going to go pay a visit with the Vorkla ambassador. If I remember what I saw on that map correctly.
Which ambassador?
The Vorkla ambassador. Or is there more than one of them?
Well, there's the Klingon ambassador.
Yeah, but I saw that Vorkalo's space was, if I remember what you showed on that map, the Vorkalo space is really close to that Frog Major area. So
Part of
maybe the
their
Vorkalo.
part of their space is in that sector.
So I'm going to go ask the Vorkalo ambassador if he knows anything about that sector of space. Since it's close to their homeworld, maybe they know something.
You're not there. You are granted an audience.
Ambassador, thank you for taking the time to see me.
Of
In the middle of
course.
the middle of an investigation looking for a missing crew member. Traced a ship back to an area of space close to your worlds, in the Frog Major sector. You familiar with any of the worlds in that sector, or any of the species living in that sector?
Not particularly, but there are a few other species that exist there. They mainly keep to themselves. Why?
Everybody will pull up an image from the capture from the security cams of the individuals. You ever seen a species similar to this one? I know it's a little grainy, but it's what I've got to go on.
Why are you? What? Can you ask the predicament behind this, Lieutenant Quinix?
You broke up really bad there, Prax.
Can you ask me the predicament of the reason why you're asking about this particular species.
The two individuals in that particular image kidnapped Lieutenant Commander Vogel and have left the station with her. We've traced the vessel they use that we suspect they use to the Frog Major sector, but I lost the trail. As the admiral's reminded me, that's a lot of space, and he's only given me 3 days. I need to narrow down my search pattern some. Any help you can provide would be much appreciated.
This particular race, from my understanding, they exist in a region of space which your people call the Frog Nebula. I am unaware of where their homeworld really is at. However, well, they tend to stay to themselves, which my former leadership admired, which, as you are aware of what they used to do, left them alone. That being said, they don't particularly like trespassers and tend to scare them away. I wish I had more information for you.
Well, I appreciate what you gave me. If they don't like trespassers, maybe just showing up in a Federation vessel will give me a contact. It's only 3 days. That gives me more than what I had. Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Good luck, Lieutenant.
Thank you. Now, with that, Garibaldi is going to head to the Sentry.
And the GM is going to take away your momentum as we change scenes.
Oh, good. If it's a new scene, then I want to give you a threat for, for my well-informed.
What questions are you asking?
Question 1. Is anyone among my contacts familiar with this tall species from out in the Frog Nebula? This is
No.
an expensive fish. Okay. Has anyone in the black market done business with this particular tall race?
Not that your contacts are aware of.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're welcome.
they got Orion tech somehow.
Well, the Orions sell that stuff openly on the black market. That mess is so easy to get. Look, Garibaldi says he's probably got a couple of them in his office somewhere. That stuff ain't hard to find.
If we're an alien species, somebody's got to give it to them.
No, the Orions sell to anybody.
Yeah, but not near here necessarily. Or in the Frog Nebula, for that matter.
Frogfoot's Nebula. I'll go back to the map.
But Garibaldi's got contacts among the Orions, so. I mean, at least 2/3 of them want to kill him, but still, he has contacts among the Orions.
Mm-hmm.
Back with Lieutenant Sarah Vogel. To the Commander Center. From our records, twins typically have deviations in their DNA, yet your DNA perfectly matches that of your twin that was collected.
Yes. When we went through the mending, she created an exact duplicate of me. Did I come through?
Yeah. Yet there is some claim that this may be true. Your psionic frequency seems to be at a reduced level. You said your powers were diminished. Can you elaborate?
They were taken away long ago by the Zozek.
And where are these Zozek?
If you show me a star chart, I'm sure I can point them out to you, but how do I know you won't hurt them?
They will have nothing to fear from us so long as they return to what is ours. And he shows waves his hand, and on the essentially hollow display shows a vibrant blue crystal.
If I may ask, what is this?
It is the jewel of Rogna, claimed by my father. It has a magical presence about it. It's very sacred to us.
What kind of magical properties?
It pulses energy. It's able to heal wounds.
Any reason why the Zozek would be after, or the Dark Ones would be after it?
You tell me.
I don't know what their motivations are. I'm not one of them. The Zozek are not them either.
Yet, if you claim that to what is to be true, they have taken what belongs to us. They see some sort of value in it.
The Dark Ones took your precious gem. I do not know where they're from. The
Vogel,
Zozek are merely the ones that removed my psychic abilities.
give me insight on difficulty. I'm gonna spend some threat. Difficulty 3.
Take a threat. Ick. Is what it is.
I'll let you succeed a complication, or the roll can stand.
I mean, sure, I don't know what the roll is for, so.
It's more
So,
of
yeah,
like
complication.
when you look at the crystal, it kind of reminds you of something.
Yeah, I'll just keep that to myself. Yeah. Am I still coming through?
Yeah, I'm typing it out for you.
Oh. How did you come in possession of that gem? Surely there's a story behind it.
Presence command difficulty 1.
Take a threat. Persuasion?
Yes. Gain a momentum. My father found it while he was vague on some of the details. It was long before I was born. He found it while driving away invaders from our land, and the jewel protected him. And it has been a sacred item to our people ever since.
I could understand how it would be important to you. However, if the Dark Ones are indeed the ones that took it, I would recommend you try to contact the Zozek. Not only will they corroborate what I am saying, they also might be able to point you to the ones that actually took this.
are they enemies of these dark ones, your twin?
Sorry, repeat that.
He said, are they enemies of the dark ones, including your twin?
Yes. Was these dark ones that corrupted my twin in the first place?
And he shows you a star map, roughly. Keep in mind, there is no outlines of territory and whatnot. But they do
Am
have
I able, while looking at the map they have, am I able to quickly figure out where I am in relation to 17?
reason con difficulty of 3.
Stellar cartography focus?
I'll take that.
I'll use the momentum. What'd you say the difficulty was?
3.
Take 2 threat as well. Needed it.
In there, but yes, you know your location.
Where at? I don't know if you pinged it.
It's at the bottom, down in here somewhere.
And theirs is here?
That's where Zostra's at. Where the Zozek
What's that, the
are.
planet they're from?
That's where the Zozek are from, yes.
So yeah, I'll just, not trying to be deceptive, I will give them where they're from. There are many sectors away, but this is them. Do you have communication devices capable of reaching that far?
We do not.
Then you should return me and come with back to Deep Space 17. We have communication devices that are capable of reaching that far.
But we have ships that can travel there.
Well, that represents months of journey. Months that your crystal, your gem, your sacred stone could be lost. Time is of the essence. I don't know what the Dark Ones have planned for this stone, but if you wait too long, it may be lost forever.
And as he starts pondering, we're going to cut over to the Sentry. Garibaldi, you are on course for the Frog's Foot Nebula as you're kind of coming into long sensor range of the nebula. What do you wish to do? Keep in mind, you've already used up about a day and a half, if not 2 days. Just getting here.
Here's 8.5 of what?
It's pretty much used up almost about 2 days. Roughly, the Frogfoot Nebula is roughly around 24 light years away from the S-17, so it's a bit of a trek.
Oh, just because Admiral Keller said I only had 3 days doesn't mean I'm gonna quit looking. What's he gonna do? Fire me?
Yes.
I believe it's called a court-martial.
All right. Well, if we're at the long sensor range, everybody will call the ops station. Ops. Give me a scan of this. Give me a scan of that sector. Get an idea of what we're flying into.
Uh, is the lieutenant at the ops station or the doctor?
You're on the Sentry. Believe he runs ops. Whatever his name is.
No con.
Yeah, he is in science. Reason plus science, difficulty 3, assisted by the Sentry's sensors plus science.
Entry what was it? Science? Sensors?
Sensors science from the Sentry. Whoever wishes to roll for the supporting character.
I'll get to the sentry.
Arif, are you taking no con?
Sure.
Yeah, you're Mr. Supporting Character Man tonight.
Alrighty, give me 2 seconds.
No can do.
And I'm sorry, you said control con for Robinson? Or the Endorian?
Corporal Keji no con. The Majoran. Corporal science.
Could you take a threat, please? Yeah, just one.
You have a focus, I think.
Sensor operations?
This is more like stellar cartography because you're technically trying to map out the region from long-range sensors.
Computers?
The ship is assisting with sensors because it's pulling data from the sensors. So, but it's really more of like it's a mapping type deal than anything else.
That is fair. Looking up to Garibaldi, I'll ask, um, how much of the ship's resources do you want me to throw at this, sir?
I have no idea how you want me how to, as a player, I have no idea how to answer that question.
Should I up it to 3 threat and get 4 dice?
No, we are getting the assist from the ship. Give him the 3 threat. Let's see what we're looking. What could go wrong? Apparently, we needed those threats.
Okay then. Captain, I've got some news. It's a little bit disheartening. However, there's multiple systems in this sector of space. I'm reading 78 at current.
Well, let's hope our presence gets their attention, as I don't think we got time to search 78 systems.
Is there anything we can do to light ourselves up, sir?
I gotta, based on what I heard from the Vogel ambassador, when we fly into that nebula, I imagine we're going to get their attention. I don't suppose any of those 78 systems come back as well. No, never mind. Jim already told me that none of the 4 water worlds within range were in this those that were in this sector. No point in asking that.
You need to re-look at what I typed to you.
Am I having a senior moment?
Did I say something wrong?
No, it's. I don't think Garibaldi's putting 2 and 2 together.
Or one of because I thought I asked you earlier if one of those 4 planets.
You asked
in
me
this-
what within 9 hours.
Now we're 2 days out. Into those planets coming back as oceanographic is primarily ocean worlds.
You have no momentum. So I will make this a difficulty 1 insight plus science.
Would you like me to handle that, sir?
It has to be the officer. Or whoever's on science.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Goof. Got a
Gain
momentum.
a momentum.
Is this assisted by the ship or
No, this is him going over the data.
okay.
Sir, I'm reading positive for 10 systems. We've definitely managed to narrow it down. Looks like there's 10 star systems. I can feel us getting closer, sir.
Of those 10 systems, any of them, gosh, can we even get technology levels this far out? Or do we
No.
need to get closer?
You have to get closer for
Sure.
that.
They'll maintain course and speed. Ops, as soon as we get in range, let's see if we can identify technology levels. See what other information we get about those 10 systems.
Absolutely, sir.
Tactical, keep an eye out for other ships near us. I expect we will have company before too long.
They're all kind of spread out through the sector, so you're aware, and several of them are outside of their. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. They're scattered throughout the sector. So unless you want to narrow it down or anything like that.
Well, sir, I could engage in a spiral pattern to hit them all, but that would put us well outside our window of, well, borrowed time.
Would any of the systems be close to the trajectory that we last knew?
Good question. Which one of those systems is the closest to where we lost the Zinval?
Oh, you're far beyond that now.
Oh, we're beyond that point. All right, well, anything on the, like Dr. Like Mountain asked. If we trace that path, if we drew a straight line, as it were, from where we lost the Zinval into the Frog Major, does that intersect with any of those 10 systems?
I feel like this is an advantage creation or two momentum, but you only have the one.
Do I have enough momentum for that?
Reason con diff 2.
Would that be the con officer or the ops officer still?
Probably the con officer. Probably the one with a better con.
Keep in mind you're at 1 crew support. This ship only has a crew support of 3.
Reason con diff.
Be the ops officer.
Well, since we already have the ops off. What's our friendly Bajoran's con skill? Con is one that.
It's wash, all things considered.
I'm at a 12. Has he got better?
It's a wash, all things considered. But you go for it. You know what? That's why you have a crew to assist you.
All right. Any assist on this, or can we help each other with it?
It's an advantage creation by 1 character.
All right. Diff 2. Well, I'll give you the momentum for a third die, and we'll hope. Look at that company down.
Good luck. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Gain 2. That particular system has, which was in the Frog's Foot Nebula, has a Class O planet in it. I think it's Class O.
All right, Helm. Set course for this world here. We'll start our search there. The concern of the forklift say these folks aren't friendly to outsiders. Let's go ahead and go to yellow alert and raise the shields, just in case.
Understood, sir. The ops officer complies and sets the alert.
After several hours, you arrive within the system in question, finding no resistance.
We're here, sir.
Give me a scan of this world.
On it.
What are you scanning for?
Commander Vogel.
So you're scanning for humanoid life signs. Well, human life signs.
Captain, should I scan for Vogel specific or just a general scan?
Let's get a general scan. Life signs, technology. But if there's no appreciable technology on this world or civilization, then we're in the wrong system,
Yes, sir.
theoretically.
I feel like the technology is a separate role from life science. So,
Well, let's go with life science first. One leads to the other. Perhaps.
reason plus science difficulty of 2, assisted by the centuries sensors plus science.
Sensor operation or computers?
I will take sensor operations for this.
Alrighty, I'm feeling pretty. You know what? Nope, we have to. I'm feeling pretty lucky, so I'm just gonna go for it.
Sensor science.
You still rolling for the ship, Brent?
Yeah, sorry. Good. You're welcome.
Um, can I just smack the computer in frustration to nullify that?
Totally.
For 2 momentum.
Uh, yeah, let's get rid of it.
That's okay. I think we've had our share of complications today.
A lot.
Too many to number.
Sensor shows there are several aquatic-based animals, from mammal-based to your typical fish, and several amphibian type species on, and then one humanoid life sign.
Like a single humanoid life sign or one type of humanoid life sign?
One single humanoid life sign.
Captain, we might have hit bullseye.
Well, good.
And forward the results onto the view screen. Looks like we've got one single human, though I'd have to probably do a specialized scan to double check that it's Vogel, but I'm willing to go out on a limb. That being said, she seems to be surrounded by, well, uh, non-humans. Isn't that fascinating? And he's gonna get kind of lost in the data.
Narrow the focus, Ops. Let's see if we can verify if that's Vogel or not.
What? Oh, of course, sir.
Doctor, you want
And
to help with match those life signs to Vogel's medical
Yep,
records?
I can do that. Did I verify the humanoid human life sign as Vogel?
Reason plus medicine, assisted by the Centuries Computers plus medicine, difficulty of 1.
Could I use genetics as a marker to make it work?
Mm,
I didn't hear that one.
I didn't say yes or no. I'll give it to you to increase complication because,
Because you love complications.
well,
Okay.
it's more or less like I'm thinking more xenobiology.
Of course.
Computers medicine from the ship. It might save you.
I enjoy the ship too. Do that.
If you want me to roll it, I'll take my turn at rolling a complication with the ship.
could I assist as the ops officer?
No, but you gained a momentum, but there's a complication.
Well, we'll just have to find out what that complication is.
Yeah.
See, the player's guide or the GM's guide says complications make the game fun.
Heard that.
Lies, all lies.
I can count at least 5 so far, and that was just recently.
Are you counting the 3 I got and we got in one
Yeah,
roll?
3 in the last 2, so yeah, that's 5. At least.
That's probably not counting the ones we've squashed.
We're not counting those yet.
We should count those just to see if we can set some sort of record for.
Then we can blame Arif for all the complications.
How? Because he's not here? Because he's the glue that holds everyone together? Everyone
Yeah.
cracks up without him?
Exactly.
I'm okay with it.
I mean, any situation that's so bad that leaves Garibaldi in command of a starship is ripe for complications.
So that's 10 rolled complications, both squashed and unsquashed today.
I think I'm going to start my log with, it was a very complicated day.
And then it got complicated.
So, Doc, is it our Vogel?
What do we learn? Oh, you said it. Yes, but she seems to be compromised a little bit, having foreign life signs in her stomach. Oh dear. I'm gonna go check the med bay to help prepare for foreign life sign removal. But we need to get to her as fast as possible.
Understood, Doctor. Transporter room, can you get a lock on Commander Vogel's life signs?
Of course I can, Captain.
Yeah, there's a complication there.
I'm sorry. Never mind.
I'm sorry, sir. I cannot get a lock on her. Here she's behind some sort of shielding.
Very well. Ops. Hail the planet.
Channel open, sir.
Let's announce our presence.
to open hailing frequencies.
Are we on?
You know what? I will come back as you open hailing frequencies. We're gonna go back down to the planet surface. Vogel, a little time has passed. They release the force field. A small table arises, and very short amphibian-like creatures start walking out, carrying bowls of fruit, salad, and grub, put it that way, out. And as the king it pulls back a little bit of or his chest kind of opened up and steps out a small amphibian creature. Sorry for the illusion, but as you can see, we have to project a level of prowess. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all. Are they being controlled by the frogs?
You see the individual, the person that you were talking to, kind of slump over, and the frog exits his body.
Aha. Mechanical.
And he takes a seat at the end of the table as other frogs of various colors and exotic patterns sets food, stuff on the table. I hope you don't mind, but please eat. And sorry for the cruelty that we put you under. We have to demonstrate this certain level to keep predators at bay. But you seem nice.
Not at all. Totally understand. So, do you control these bodies, or are they mechanical in nature?
They are mechanical in nature, and yes, we do control the bodies. It's how we fight other species like yourself. We're too frail to engage in combat. Part of the reason why we don't really like outsiders, but judging by your demeanor and the information you shared with us, I'm willing to put my trust in you.
Well, I appreciate that. After all, I am a Starfleet officer. It is one of our primary duties to make first contact with species.
And perhaps in time we could become friends, but I would like to know more about the Jewel of Ragna. You seem to know much more about it and the powers it possesses.
I don't know that much about it. Only from what you told me, really.
Well, you and the Jewel seem to have some things in common. The psychic energies are similar.
It is possible that it is a Zozek crystal.
Could you please elaborate on this?
There's still so much I don't know about the Zozek, but I believe one of the ways that they make more of themselves is to merge with other species using their DNA to create another of themselves. Similar to how me and my twin, basically how my twin emerged. I can't confirm, but I suspect that crystal might be one of them. And if it is, that would explain why the Dark Ones have an interest in it. Why they attacked your world.
So it is alive then.
It is possible.
A few moments later, another frog comes in and whispers something, and he just kind of nods. It seems one of your vessels has arrived in orbit. They're currently healing us, or well, opening healing frequencies. Do you wish to talk with them?
Yes, of course.
And he kind of waves a little bit, and a little holographic view screen appears.
Garibaldi, is that you?
Commander Vogel? I expected it to be a little more complicated, actually getting to speak to you. Are you safe?
I do believe I am. I think I have made a successful first contact.
Sarah, I'm glad you're okay. I did scan for you here on the planet, and there's something inside you that's a foreign object, foreign creature, I guess. It's important that we get that out of you as soon as possible.
Do you know what it is?
I just know that I would need more information, but we need to be closer. Can you get to the ship? Will they let you?
And I'll turn to my would-be benefactors. My doctor has concerns about my health. Would it be agreeable to return to my ship so he can examine me?
Very well. Commander Vogel, if you could ask them to, there's some sort of security field around you. You could ask them to lower that. We'll transport you aboard.
Well, that's directed at Prax. Am I still coming through?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he said he nods.
Yeah, what I said was directed at Prax. I don't know if Prax went AFK or Mike
Prax
blew up.
responded with said he nods in the game.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was looking at Discord, not the Roll20. In order to leave, you would have to lower your security field temporarily so I can transport through.
I'm going to have the medical bay set up a containment, an isolation field, a contamination field, to have them beam directly into that.
Stand by, Sentry. I should be there momentarily.
Yes,
And I'll nod to them and let them transport me.
All right. Ops lower the shields. Transporter room. Transport Commander Vogel directly to sickbay. Ops, as soon as she's on board, bring the shields back up.
Shields up, sir.
I'm heading to the medical bay. I keep
Okay.
on prize.
She beams directly onto the bridge using their transporters.
Yep. I just appeared on the bridge.
Oh dear. Sarah, come with me, and I hope we haven't contaminated the whole crew.
Did she appear on the bridge while the shields were up?
As soon as you dropped
I-
them, she appeared.
Oh, at least that takes that one.
There's a reason why the transport room wouldn't have been able to transport.
As Sarah is headed, leaving the bridge, go to the sick bay. Commander, is there any reason we need to stay here?
Yes. Remain in orbit. There's some questions I have, or they might have, rather.
Very well, Commander. Just understand that I can't turn the ship over to you until the doctors checked you out.
Understood. Maintain your readiness level.
Doctor, she's all yours.
All right, come with me, Commander. Let's go. And he has his tricorder out while he's walking.
Yep, to sick
How do
bay
you
we go.
feel? Do you feel all right? Anything different?
Just a little tired. I mean, they did have me in behind bars for a few days.
Okay. Otherwise, you don't feel different? Sluggish or anything like that?
No, I'm just curious about whatever's in me.
Yeah. Hop up in here. Computer, set up an isolation field. And we hopefully contain this. All right. I will do a full medical scan.
Reason medicine, assisted by the Centuries, Sensors plus medicine, difficulty 1.
Can I use imaging systems
Yeah.
or genetics? Yeah.
Imaging systems would apply.
And I'll take that momentum just in case for cautious.
Ooh.
Don't need it.
Gain 3. Doctor, your scans show that Vogel contains some extra bacteria in her guts, most likely from the food she ate. It's relatively harmless. And should...
From the food she ate, what?
From the food she ate, it's essentially foreign bacteria.
Right, I checked to see if there's any significant...
The computer comes back and saying it's harmless.
All right.
It's not doing anything.
Well, it is foreign substances, but have you eaten anything recently? You have you have a new biome.
Well, of course I have, Doctor.
I know. But you've contracted a few local bacteria, and your gut biome has changed a little bit, but it seems harmless. You let me know if anything feels different. Does it seem like there's anything that would be harmful, like airborne harmful or anything like that?
It's not airborne.
Great. So, Castle Force Field. This is Dr. Mountain. Go ahead, sir. You can report to duty. Quinix, this is the doctor.
Go ahead, Doc.
Lieutenant Commander Vogel is fine. She doesn't seem to have any adverse effects from her time there, so be happy to know that I don't see any problems.
Very good. Thank you, Doc. Good work.
First, shall we go to the bridge? And what is this about, actually? Why did they take you? What's going on? We can walk and talk.
Something was stolen from them.
Okay.
They think I was responsible, but turns out I think it might be my twin.
Your twin? Identical twin?
In a manner of speaking.
Vogel comes on the bridge. Garibaldi will get out of the center chair. Op center in the log, then relinquishing command of the sentry to Lieutenant Commander Vogel as of this start.
Belay that order. Garibaldi, that chair seems to fit nice with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything I can help with, Vogel? With these people?
They might wish to use our communications to contact the Zozek homeworld. If they request it, please try to facilitate that to the best of our abilities.
You wish to talk to him again, Commander?
Go ahead and hail.
Ops, open a channel.
Channel open, sir.
Who are these people, by the way, Vogel?
Don't know yet.
Attention on the planet. This is Garibaldi Quinix in command of the Federation starship Sentry. Are you receiving us?
On the screen appears a humanoid tall, standing in a giant throne, wearing some sort of crown. Yes, we are receiving you.
Is that their leader?
Yes.
This is Lieutenant Commander Vogel. It appears our doctor gave me a clean bill of health. If you wish it, we could try to facilitate your contact with the Zozek homeworld. Try to help you start tracking down your lost gem.
Very well. We leave the contact in your hands.
Stand by. Let's try to raise the Zozek homeworld.
FY, you're like 80 light years away.
Well, I didn't know if we could potentially subspace comms them. I didn't know if all that was in range or not.
Well, once you hit like the relay stuff, but like there'll be a pretty long delay. There's no relay stations past 17 out this far.
Aha, so we have to go back.
Like, even the message being sent to DS-17 would take a few hours. Just because of distance.
Very well. We do have to return the 17 in order to send this. We don't have a subspace buoy out this far. If you'd like, we can escort one of your vessels to 17. And there we can conduct formal first contact protocols.
Garibaldi whispers to stage whispers to Vogel. If you could get a name from them so we don't have to keep calling them unknown alien race, that'd be good too.
And my lieutenant here also reminds me, we have never had any formal contact with your species. What do we call you?
The Ragna. This is the Ragna Kingdom. Ragna. Ragna. Sorry. Ragna.
Is this a random name
They start
generator
chant-
special?
No,
Does it
I
start
came up with
chanting,
it.
or-
No, I came up with it. It's a play on the word frog. So, for frog people. But yeah. We will transport over one of our transceivers. You will be able to send us a message this way.
Very good. We will contact you if we hear anything from the Zozek.
Until then,
Sentry out.
Tactical lower shields so we can receive their transport.
Shields lowered, sir.
and a few moments later, a small box appears on the bridge.
Shields raised, sir.
Well, Commander, if you're going to make me stick in this chair, then I'm going to make use of your science skills if you want to investigate that thing. Helm, set a course for home.
Course set, sir.
Engage at cruising speed.
Course has been engaged, sir.
Well, if you don't mind, Lieutenant, has been a few days since I've had a good bed to sleep in and a nice shower.
Absolutely, Commander. Get some rest. I'm sure that thing won't blow up half the ship in the next few hours.
Just throw it in a containment field. I'll look at it when I'm had some time to rest.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it
Needs
takes
to come back. So
that takes us a couple of days to get home anyway.
Should be plenty of time to make sure we didn't just transport a bomb onto a bridge.
Absolutely.
we'll find
Yeah.
out soon enough.
And ops, as long as we're
It
out,
only takes a moment to know we're wrong.
ops, as
Just
long as
have,
we're out this
have
far,
the security and the engineers just run a cursory scan of the device just to make sure.
I think as long as we're out this far, ops,
Oh,
when we
that's
get to the edge of the nebula, let's drop a sensor and communications buoy out here.
What blew up?
Nothing. I was joking with you. FYI, it is indeed a transmitter.
Excellent.
And
Narrator, it was not a translator.
we will return back to Deep Space 17 after a couple days travel.
And yeah, as soon as I'm in range, I'm going to send that message to the Zozek, letting them know that there's a possible Zozek crystal that was stolen by their Dark Ones. And I will relay that it was possibly my twin.
You send that message off. Anything else you guys wish to do?
Other than report to Admiral Keller, I can't think of anything.
Talk about your experience, Vogel. What were they like?
Didn't get to interact with them that much.
Are they really 9-foot tall humanoids?
No, those are actually mechanical constructs. They're actually a frog-like species
Fascinating.
that uses those to protect themselves from predators.
No wonder we didn't find any DNA samples, Quinix.
That does explain it.
Huh.
Oh, look at that. I took the Sentry out and brought it back and didn't even get it blown up.
For one, that's not bad. 100%.
And it looks like you didn't even scratch the paint.
Yeah.
One less thing you got to clean up.
I'll get time off for good behavior for finding you and rescuing you from your vicious captors.
I'm sure some time can be taken off.
Behavior. As it were.
Keep acting like this. Maybe we'll make a good Starfleet officer out of you yet.
Oh. Don't go jinxing my career that way.
Well, you've made it a couple times before, so I'm sure you can do it again.
Sure, Doc, but what fun would that be?
Each time, I guess.
Well, by the way, Commander, we had to change the code on your door.
Yeah. They really mucked with your security.
How much of a mess did you make in my quarters?
I left it.
I can assure you we didn't rifle through your stuff.
Besides, it was security that did all the rifling. I just supervised.
Right.
It was in course of your disappearance. But if you find anything missing, then talk to Garibaldi first. I'm not suggesting anything, but
Now. I'm not a thief. I'm a spy. I was going.
if
I
you
would-
find any additional bugs in your room, you can ask Quinix about it.
Now that's a fair accusation, Doc.
Thanks for the recommendation. I maybe should do a thorough scan of my quarters. Just make sure you didn't plant any of these damn devices.
Well, he wasn't in there that long, but he is pretty resourceful.
Maybe I'll just have engineering come and totally tear out the old.
Well,
All consoles.
your new friends did quite a number on the security lock on your door, so that's got to be replaced. But it's good to have you back. Even if it did look like you had pretty much most of the way to freeing yourself by the time I got there.
Well, I appreciate you coming all that way.
The Admiral made me. By the way, did we make it back inside the 3 days that he gave me?
Oh no, you did not. It's more like 6.
I probably gotta explain to the Admiral why it took twice as long as he gave me to rescue you.
Well, we did find you within the 3 days. That's fair. So the mission profile might have changed.
That's
Well,
that. Good point,
you sh-
Doc.
You should probably not keep the Admiral waiting then. I'm sure I have
Yeah.
to write a report about my time.
Yeah, and by the way, don't take any more time off. It was falling apart without you here. No offense.
Yeah, when's Arif come back from his forced vacation anyway?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Do they have gulags anywhere?
Never.
Not inside Federation space, Doc, but if you'd like to visit one, I know 2 or 3.
No thanks. Though I appreciate the offer.
Anytime, Doc. I wouldn't recommend an extended stay.
No.
Those things are hard to break out of.
Just visiting. Do not pass go. Perhaps you shouldn't keep the Admiral waiting?
You're probably right, Doc. Quinix will go report to Admiral Keller.
You're already 3 days late, by the way.
No. I found her in time. I sent him a message. Chimed the door.
Enter.
Admiral Keller, just want to report that brought the Sentry and Commander Vogel back. Understand we're a little late, but I did find her within the time limit you gave me.
He's reading the pad. He kind of glances his eyes at you. Continues reading the pad.
We established first contact with a species known as the Rayina, an amphibious species, from what Commander Vogel tells me. I'm sure it'll all be in her report. From what the commander tells me, they had from their perspective apprehended her for an alleged crime they thought she had committed, but apparently it was someone who looks remarkably like her that had committed the offense. She has, as I understand it, agreed to assist the Ragnai with their investigation of the theft. Dr. Mountain reports that the commander's health is fine and she is fit for duty, sir.
Very well. You're dismissed.
Yes, sir. Garibaldi will get out of there with his skin.
Anything else anybody wishes to do?
Not from my.
Just gonna check his messages.
All right. With that, we'll end today's session.